What's up guys, Minecraft and Fraps back again with another awesome video. As you can tell from the title, I'm not going to be reviewing anything today, but I am going to be doing a comparison. On the left side here we have the Google Nexus 5, and on the right side we have the Samsung Galaxy Player 5.0. The reason I chose both of these is the Google Nexus 5 was the top of the line phone of 2013 in terms of hardware and software, and the Samsung Galaxy Player 5.0 is meant to emulate the Samsung Galaxy S because they have the exact same technical specifications. The Samsung Galaxy S was, in fact, the top of the line phone when it was released in 2011. So essentially what we're doing here is comparing technology from 2011 to 2013, and the whole point of this video is to let you guys know and see visually how big of a difference there has been over the last 2 years. So without further ado, let's get both of these devices unlocked. And you can see the software difference there already. Google Nexus 5 running Android 4.4, Samsung Galaxy S and Galaxy Player 5.0 running Gingerbread 2.3.5. So very dated software over here, very up-to-date software over here. So in order to compare the hardware specifications of both of these, first I'm going to go over what they are. So the Google Nexus 5 has a quad-core Snapdragon 800 clocked at 2.3 gigahertz and 2 gigabytes of RAM. The Samsung Galaxy S or the Galaxy Player 5.0 has a 1 gigahertz single-core processor from Exynos and 512 megabytes of RAM, which drops to around 370 megabytes of RAM when you're actually using it. I'm not sure why, but that's how it works with Samsung. So to compare the two hardwares, what we're going to do is make sure all of the apps are closed on both of the devices, and then we're going to just start up some apps that you might see on a Android device today. So we're going to start with Road Trip 2, Extreme Road Trip 2. It's a fun game. I think everyone who has an Android device probably has this game. So let's start in 3, 2, 1. And as you can see, I messed that up a little bit, but you'll be able to tell that the Google Nexus 5 is a considerable bit faster than the Samsung Galaxy S or the hardware from 2011. And that's probably due to the processor as well as due to the amount of RAM. So now we're ready here on the Galaxy Player 5.0. Let's go back home. Okay, so we're good there. Let's open up another app. Just missing touches left and right on the Galaxy Player 5.0. And that's just kind of a software thing. So I'm going to lock it and try and unlock it again if the device would respond. So it doesn't look like the device is responding at all. I'll cut back when the device starts responding. Sorry about that. Okay, so unfortunately we're back, and the Samsung Galaxy Player 5.0 just could not handle that game for some reason. So it did crash. I did have to reboot. So it's starting up right now. The next game we're going to look at is Hill Climb Racing, which is actually a very fun game. And then Traffic Racer we're going to look at as well. We're also going to take a look at Quadrant Standard and the score that you're going to get there. Of course, you could overclock both of these, but these are both stock ROMs, stock hardware. I haven't done anything to modify either one of them other than download a couple of apps to test. So it looks like the Samsung Galaxy Player is scanning the SD card currently, and this is another problem with older hardware, is that it doesn't scan before you start up, and I think that's a software thing. But we can just wait here and wait for Tegrac to make sure that everything is stable. So I'll cut back once that is finished. Alright guys, we're back, and Tegrac has finished checking everything, making sure the hardware is running fine on the Galaxy Player 5.0. I didn't want to run speed tests while that was running in case it was putting an extra load on the CPU. So again, let's make sure all of the applications are closed. And I'm not going to try that application again because the first take I did it did the exact same thing. And this was the second take, and I decided you guys should see what a game can do to the hardware. So the next game we're going to do is Hill Climb Racing. We'll start that in 3, 2, 1 now. And as you can see already, Samsung Galaxy Player is struggling again. Not as bad as it was on the last game we tested, but still a significant difference in gaming. Let's go to another game, which I think the Nexus 5 will really shine in because of its quad-core CPU and 2 gigs of RAM. It's called Traffic Racer. It's an accelerometer-based game. Great game, go check it out. But let's start in 3, 2, 1 now. And again, we can see that the Galaxy Player is lagging behind seriously. The Nexus 5 is already finished, and I can go in here and I'm ready to play already. There we go. Now the Galaxy Player 5.0 is there. So a huge difference in performance in terms of loading games. And you can see in-game as well when you're playing, the Galaxy Player just cannot handle the 3D graphical elements of certain games. So the next thing we're going to do is run Quadrant Standard. So let's open that up on both. And you would expect the Galaxy Player 5.0 to do much worse than the Nexus 5, and it will. But just to see if you guys are into benchmarks, I'm just going to show you guys how big of a difference that is. So let's start in 3, 2, 1 now. Whoops. So run a full benchmark. As you can see, the Google Nexus 5 is just kind of rolling through 60 FPS on everything. And the Galaxy Player 5.0 just got through the first eighth of the first step. So we'll be back when the Galaxy Player 5.0 finishes what it's doing. Okay guys, we're back. Unfortunately, the Samsung Galaxy Player 5.0 just took a ridiculously long amount of time. It is kind of really unfortunate, but it says that there's an internal error during benchmark execution. I'm not exactly sure what that means. We're going to run another test, another full benchmark, and I'm going to cut the video now, and I'll get back to you guys once it's finished, because it is taking quite some time. Okay guys, we're back. Unfortunately, the Galaxy Player 5.0 failed again, so we're going to go ahead and give you the Nexus 5 score, 12,942. That is a monster score with, I mean, it makes sense with a phone with monster performance. I'm telling you now, the Samsung Galaxy Player 5.0 and the Samsung Galaxy S score anywhere between 700 and 1200. So nowhere even close, at least 10 times better performance on the Nexus 5. So that's it for today's video. All I wanted to do is compare hardware from 2 years ago to hardware now and explain to you guys that there is a massive difference and a massive progression going on in the world of technology. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.